First up this morning, how far would you go for a friend in need? Well, our next guest rode his bicycle more than 4,000 miles to raise awareness about a good cause. In 1998, Bryon Riesch was severely injured in an accident while a student at Marquette University.
Yeah, he was left paralyzed from the chest down with limited use of his arms, but he returned to school to complete his degree and now is on a mission to find a cure for paralysis and to help others too. We are thrilled to welcome him back to the Morning Blend today. Bryon started the Bryon Riesch Paralysis Foundation, and Patrick Riley is his friend who spent nearly 5 months on 2 wheels.
Yeah, sorry I said Byron. It's because you have it spelled with a Y.
Everybody, everybody does it.
Yeah,
it's okay,
do they?
Though. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's Bryon Riesch.
Yeah.
It's Bryon Riesch.
I still call him Byron all
You
the time.
do?
What a good friend,
Yeah,
right?
that's what good friends do. You spent, how much time did it take you to ride 4,200 miles?
Almost 4 months exactly. So I started riding on August 21st and I finished on December 21st.
The first thing I think of whenever I hear people do something for that much time and go that far is I'm like, do you have a job?
Oh, I quit.
You did?
I just quit my job.
You quit your job to do it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Let's talk a little bit about your story and how this this trek came to be.
Oh, my, you're talking about
either
Bryon.
of you.
That story's more bigger than mine.
Yeah.
Well, I originally wanted to, I started racing triathlons like four years ago, and I'd always heard about people riding their bike across the country, but it was something cool other people did. I didn't have time. I made a bunch of excuses. Basically, I was just scared to do it. And then early last summer, got a bug in my head that I thought maybe I could do it, and then it turned into I had to do it.
Okay, take a look at the map. Walk us through your trek. Oh, we already left the map. But
I know it, though.
Okay, good. There we go.
Yeah, I started in Seattle, Washington, and then I
Okay.
rode down. I got on the Pacific Coast Highway. Started in Astoria, Oregon, and then down to San Francisco, and then I just turned left and started heading east.
Turn left. That's awesome.
Across Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, and then right about when I hit the Mississippi, I hit a blizzard.
Oh,
wow.
So
on your bicycle.
Yeah. So I almost had to pack it in. I called Bryon, and I was sitting in a hotel room for 4 days, and in my mind I had quit, and I called Bryon.
I said, Pat, there's a foot of snow out there. You go ahead and quit. I mean, I'm not going to be upset if you quit, but, why don't you try going south? And
so my brother, Paul Riley, and his wife got in a car and drove from Wisconsin, picked me up in Missouri, drove me all the way down to Jackson, Mississippi.
No way.
straight south.
Straight shot, turned around and drove all the way back to Wisconsin so I could finish.
No way.
Yeah, so then I went from Jackson, Mississippi across the south, from across Alabama and Georgia, and I finished on Tybee Island outside of Savannah, Georgia. 4,267 miles.
Wow.
Yeah.
And why? When we talk about your story, Bryon, and this trek that he made on your behalf and to raise money for a great cause, why did this all come to be? What compelled it?
Well, Patrick came to me very in the beginning, and he said, Bryon, I'm thinking about doing this, but I need some extra motivation. And I've known Pat since I was just a little kid. And he's like, I want to help you out. I want to help you increase awareness. I want to help you raise money for finding a cure for paralysis. And Pat did that in spades. I mean, from day one, he had this on Facebook. He had it on Twitter. And more people know about the foundation across the United States now than ever before because of Patrick. I think on Twitter, how many people did we reach out to probably?
If we add it all up from tweets to followers, we probably hit almost 2 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. You're a pretty
really
cool
is.
guy, I think.
Fantastic.
I'm really impressed.
Thank you
I'm
very
really
much.
impressed. Did as you're making this trek and you're riding your bicycle across the country and overcoming these physical challenges that a lot of athletes face to accomplish their goals, are you thinking, wow, I have 2 legs at work, I'm able to ride my bike? How much did you process your physical abilities versus Bryon's?
A lot. I mean, I think the way if I looked at it as 4,000 miles, I don't think I ever would have been able to accomplish it. So I just kind of try to take it day at a time. One day, my longest day was 105 miles, and my shortest day was 16 miles.
16?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a little flu that day. But, there were days there were days that were really rough, and there were long climbs. Like one day, I even took out a big black Sharpie and just wrote BR on my quads, just so I had a reminder. I mean,
That's so cool.
I mean, when you think about Patrick and what he accomplished and what he did for our foundation, you know, you think about riding up, I don't know, how many thousands of feet in a day?
Monarch Pass was 11,322 feet.
And this is going over the Rockies.
Wow.
You know, and not only, you know, we were talking about 16 miles in a day, you could be climbing up that many feet. And then when you get to Kansas, you think that'd be easy because it's flat. Well, then you're, and how much wind going in your face?
The winds, Kansas was the toughest part. I would go back and climb the Rockies any day. Kansas,
No way.
Kansas was excruciating. There's nothing, I mean, the people of Kansas are phenomenal, but the route I took through Kansas, there's absolutely nothing there.
You wanted to click your ruby
Heels.
shoes
Yeah.
and say, there's no place like home.
But it's the wind. The wind in Kansas was just, it's so tough, so tough.
What did it mean to you, Bryon, to have him do this for you and to raise money for the Paralysis Foundation?
You know what's amazing is that when people like Patrick go out and do something like this, you know, run a marathon, bike across the country, it extends my dream. It extends the dream of so many other people that are in a chair. And it truly gives us hope that a cure is possible. And to be able to help other people out with neurological disorders and paralyzed that need wheelchairs, give scholarships out, and then ultimately provide that research to find a cure. What Patrick's doing is absolutely amazing. And, you know, Patrick raised close to $8,500 on this trip. But again, the awareness that he provided is by far above and beyond just that $8,500. You can't measure it. And Patrick, I really got to say it's amazing what you've done and continues to do for the foundation.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Awesome.
It's got to make you feel great.
I was going to punch you in the face.
What did you just say?
I said, we talked earlier, I said, I cry all the time, so I said if he made me cry on TV, I was going to punch him in the face. I don't care if he's in a chair.
True friends right
True
there.
friends.
True buddies.
Yeah, I love it. But to have a friend like that in life,
Yeah.
you guys are tight. It's cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
Here's more information about the Bryon Riesch Paralysis Foundation. It's BRPF.org for more information, how you can help as well raise awareness or funds. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Love
it.
it.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Absolutely.